This is a video tutorial on how to complete the review for the noise abatement and explosive and flammable facilities regulations as required by HUD for CDBG projects. To begin, start off at the ADECA environmental website, click on the environmental review guide, and scroll to the noise abatement and control section. Now the first step is to determine if the project involves a noise sensitive activity. Those activities include the rehabilitation or construction of senior centers, community centers, residential structures, any structure where people may congregate and spend time. If the project does not involve any of these types of activities, then use the memo to file method of documentation to complete your determination. Restate the HUD guidance question and provide your answer using a version of the project description to show that the project activities are not noise sensitive by nature. If the project does involve a noise sensitive activity, determine if the project is located within 1,000 feet of a major roadway, which I would define as a state highway, U.S. highway, or interstate, 3,000 feet of a railroad, or 15 miles of an FAA regulated or military airport. If the project does not fall within any of the stated vicinities, then document that determination with a proximity map and place it in the ERR. Your documentation is complete. If the project does fall within any of those vicinities, then a noise assessment should be conducted. Please refer to the HUD website for instructions on what to do with the results of the noise assessment. You can access the HUD noise assessment website by clicking this link. Now, on to explosive and flammable facilities. Again, start off at the ADECA environmental website, click the environmental review guide, and scroll to the explosive and flammables facility section. Now, there are two items that must be examined when conducting your review for explosive and flammable facilities. They are above ground storage tanks and hazardous facilities. For above ground storage tanks, you must first determine if the project activities include development, construction, or rehabilitation that will increase residential densities or conversion. If not, use the memo to file method of documentation to complete your determination. Restate the HUD guidance question and provide your answer using a version of the project description to show that proves your determination. And do that for each. Here's the HUD guidance for storage tanks and hazardous facilities. Now, if your project does include those activities, then you must provide A, evidence that there are no current or planned above ground storage containers with a 100+ gallon capacity within 1 mile of the project location, or that the acceptable separation distance is sufficient for the containers found, or that existing or planned barriers would serve as sufficient mitigation, including correspondence with a licensed engineer. Place all the documentation used to make the determination in the ERR. Your compliance is complete for above ground storage tanks. For hazardous facilities, you must determine if the project involves a hazardous facility. If not, use the memo to file method of documentation to complete your determination. Restate the HUD guidance question and provide your answer using a version of the project description that proves your determination. If the project does involve a hazardous facility, which is defined as one that mainly stores, handles, or processes flammable or combustible chemicals, such as bulk fuel storage facilities or refineries, then you must show that the acceptable separation distance is sufficient with respect to residences and other facilities where people may congregate or be present, or that existing or planned barriers would serve as sufficient mitigation, including correspondence with a licensed engineer. Place all documentation used to make the determination in the ERR, and your compliance is complete. Use the links at the end of the explosive and flammable facilities section to determine what those acceptable separation distances should be for each case. There are also links provided for barrier design guide and the ASD guidebook and assessment tool. This has been a video tutorial on how to complete the review for the noise abatement and explosive and flammable facilities regulations. Thank you.